In the last video, we got this 350Z project car on the road for the first time in years, but it wasn't without its problems.
It's making some weird noises already. Like that. Also, we have no brakes.
So today, we're gonna fix them. Now, the two biggest problems we had were that scary noise I heard coming from the rear end of the drivetrain and no brakes. And I mean zero. Pedal to the floor, car's not slowing down at all. And to make things worse, the factory handbrake or emergency brake didn't do anything either. So those are the two absolute must fix, but there are a couple of other things I wanna do before this thing gets back out on the road. And hopefully this time we do a little bit better. Let's start with this. Wait, one more. There we go. As far as the brakes are concerned, I've got a solution for that. The crazy noise I heard while driving, I'm not even sure what that is. So before we dive too deep into this project, I'm gonna start it up, put it in gear, and then climb under the car, see if I can figure out where it's coming from. Because this project's gonna take a whole different turn if that noise is in the transmission versus if it's in the rear end, or maybe it's an axle. I don't know. Let's climb under here and figure it out. Couldn't hear anything crawling under the car. I'm assuming the car needs to be loaded up in order for that noise to happen, but I'm confident enough that it is the rear end. I just went ahead and swapped it out with a spare that I had. So we'll have to wait until this thing's back on the ground to see if that actually fixed the problem. For now, it's time we turn our attention to the biggest problem this car had, which was the brakes. I've got to give a huge thank you and massive shout out to our new friends at R1 Concepts. Thanks to them, this car is getting new brakes all the way around, and it's absolutely gonna fix all of our problems. Let's open this box up, see what we've got. We're trying out two different brake pads. We've got their sport and their track pads. We're gonna be running the track pads up front, the sports in the rear. I may have to order another set of those if we end up going dual caliper on this and a hydro. I haven't quite decided on that yet. Brand new hardware front and rear. Thanks to them for some swag. And we got drilled and slotted rotors. For rotors, as you can see, we went drilled and slotted, but these are their carbon alloy series. Super nice blend of track performance and streetability. Not only is this gonna fix our brakes, it's gonna be a massive upgrade to the braking system as a whole. So whether you need new pads, rotors, you want a baller big brake kit, or anything in between, make sure to check out R1 Concepts. They've got everything you want and probably more. I'll put the link down below. Now let's get these brakes swapped out. Like most cars, swapping your pads and rotors is pretty simple on a 350Z. Step one, make sure your parking brake is down. The parking brake separates shoes inside here. I'll show you when we pull this off. And if you leave it up, you actually can't take the rotor off. So make sure that's down. Step two is gonna be pulling the caliper off here, which is two big 19mm bolts on the back side. Pull the caliper off, set it out of the way. Try not to hang it down by its brake line. You don't want to stretch those rubber brake lines or worse, tear them. Once they're off, you should be able to just lift this rotor off without much force. Here are our parking brake shoes that I was talking about. This is the adjuster up here at the top. Since our parking brake didn't really work, I am going to adjust this. So this is our parking brake shoe adjuster. Just turn this little thing. It may take some force, you might need a screwdriver, and it will unscrew right here where that threaded part is, ultimately making this longer, which separates the shoes a little bit more, and they'll fit better in our rotor here and should give us a working handbrake. As far as brake pads go, really simple. Just gonna press them out, or rather press them towards each other and then lift them out. And then the hardware just kind of clips into place. Pry that out there, and you can just kind of work this right on out. Like that. Since we already have this totally taken apart, I like to spray a little bit of flat black on it just so it looks newer when we put it all back together. It doesn't look as crusty. Doesn't need to be perfect. This isn't a show car or anything crazy, but I think it cleans up the look. So we've got our paint on there. We can throw in our new hardware. It just slips in the same way the old one came out. Shout out to R1 Concepts. They actually put these two little sticky pads on the back of the hardware, so when we put them in the caliper, it's actually going to stay in place and we won't be fighting this slipping out as I'm trying to put the new pads in. That's a cool little feature. Now, because everything's new hardware, and we got a little bit of fresh paint, It may be a tight fit. It took me a little bit of finagling to get this pad in, but it goes in the same way it came out. What I like to do is either slip it in like the bottom and then the top, or one side and then the other. It's kind of hard to get both of them in exactly at the same time, but either way, it's in. We get the other side in, and then we can bolt this all back up. Both pads are in. Let's grab our new drilled and slotted rotor. Now, there can be a lot of controversy on which way the slots of this go. Ultimately, the face doesn't matter too much. It's the fins. Now, if we look at these fins, they are straight up and down, which means it can kind of go either way. But if the fins were tilted this way, you'd want it to be spinning this way, because the fins are what extract heat out of the rotor. So if you're ever not sure which rotor goes where, take a look inside at these little fins or ribs, and that will give you a good indication. Or a lot of times they're just labeled. And we've got a pretty tight fit around our e-brake shoes. You can see, like, I can still slide this on and off, but it's a lot tighter than when I first pulled it off, and it literally kind of just fell off, which is a good sign that we got our adjustment pretty close to where it should be. Now we'll just put these two 19mm bolts on the back side where this caliper goes, and this side will be done. And that looks sweet. It's going to work even better. Now we just do that 3 more times. Little tip on the front rotors here: if they're pretty seized on the hub, it's not coming off, because they get a little rust here on the hub. Nissan was smart and thought about that. There's a small threaded hole right here where you can put M8 or M10, I don't remember, but a 12mm head. Thread that in, grab a wrench, tighten it, and it will pull the rotor right off.
2 hours later.
Okay, car's back on the ground. To recap, we've got a new rear end, one that I know is good. We've got brand new brakes all the way around. I went ahead and bled them again just to make sure that they're good. And there was still some air in the system, so that could definitely be part of the problem. And this whole time I've been hearing kind of a weird, like, hissing noise from the brake booster. So I think we have an issue with the booster. Just to isolate that, I went ahead and unplugged the vacuum line, plugged it up so we don't have a vacuum leak. So I'm going to drive it without that, which will mean the brake pedal is going to be way more firm than it should be. But if we had an issue with that in the beginning, now we should have consistent brakes, even if it does take a bit more force to press them. So enough talking, let's hop in this thing, go for a ride, and hopefully it makes a lot less noise and the brakes actually slow this thing down. Well, we're driving. I just pulled the parking brake to stop, and it actually worked. Well, we're outside on the street with the car. It drove itself all the way out here. It stopped at the stop sign. It is a night and day difference. Again, a huge shout out to R1 Concepts for getting me set up with brand new brakes all the way around. If you guys need brakes for your project car, track car, daily, or whatever, check them out. They've got you covered. There's definitely a few odd noises and things that I have to look into on this car, but to be expected with a new build. Whatever the scary noise was when I first put it together is gone, so I do think a lot of that was the rear end. There's still some other drivetrain noise I've got to figure out, but for now, this is a massive win. The car is way better than it was the first day we got it driving, and we are one step closer to getting this thing out on track. Side note, we've been prepping it for paint too, so drop your guesses down below what color we're gonna paint this thing. And yes, I did say paint, kind of going off of my tradition of wrapping cars here. We're going to be painting this thing, and I'm going to be doing it myself. So if you guys want to see anything specific in the prep and paint process, let me know. That'll be in some videos to come. I've got a bit more work to do to get this thing truly roadworthy, but it has come a long way just in this video. So let me know what you guys think down below. Hopefully you're stoked on the build. Give this video a thumbs up if so. And of course, I'll catch you in the next one.